Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Edipo Klebe, an architect. I want to tell you now about 10 things, 10 items that I wouldn't recommend as an architect for you to use in your house. I want to be very direct, very practical here to make it easy for us to understand. Let's go. The first one, guys, check this out. Polished flooring in the bathroom. Never, okay? Always use the satin finish. Leave the polished one for your living room, bedrooms, balcony or entrance hall. But in the bathroom, always use satin flooring. You can use either ceramic or porcelain, that's fine, but always satin. Never use polished flooring in your bathroom for safety reasons. Okay? The bathroom is a place where we're always in contact with water. You get out of the shower there. Sometimes there are people who don't like to have a rug in the bathroom or they're wearing wet slippers. Some people like to take a shower barefoot and so on. If you step on polished flooring, it won't work. It has to be satin finished, okay? And I'll even emphasize that here. Besides the bathroom, in the laundry area and kitchen, always try to use satin finished flooring. It doesn't matter if it's ceramic or porcelain. A sink close to the cooktop is another situation that I don't recommend you have in your house. Leaving your sink too close to the cooktop for obvious reasons, right guys? Just imagine you're cooking there, cooking some food with your pots on your cooktop. Your cooktop, whether it's electric, gas or induction, and the sink is right next to it. You need to wash some dishes or some food and water is splashing onto your cooktop. That's exactly because it's too close to the sink, so pay attention to that as well. If you're in the renovation phase, deciding on your kitchen layout, try to leave a reasonable distance between your cooktop or your stove, for those who aren't using a cooktop, and your sink. So you won't have functional problems in the future when you start using your kitchen countertop. Raised counter in the kitchen. If you are not used to using it, don't do it, alright? You know those counters by the cooktop that are raised up with a few stools there? Guys, it's very functional, but only for those who use it. For those who don't, it just becomes decoration and you lose space in your kitchen. The high counter I'm talking about can be either on the cooktop countertop or an extended piece of countertop set higher. Guys, that's how it is. Do you like to have a quick snack in your kitchen, coffee, a quick meal there? Do you have those little stools, and is that something you usually do? You're not used to using the dining table much? Alright, it's very functional, it's really worth it. But if you don't have that habit and you just want to do it because you saw it in a project, because you saw it at your friend's or relative's house, don't do it. It's just going to be for decoration, you know? This higher counter there on your kitchen counter by your cooktop. That's another recommendation I have for you. If you use it, if you're used to doing it, okay, but if not, don't do it. It will just be for decoration and you'll lose space in your kitchen. Warm white lighting in your kitchen. Guys, I never recommend this for the kitchen, okay? Warm white lighting. Lighting in the kitchen has to be cool white or at most neutral white. For an obvious reason, which I always explain to our clients when working on projects, I don't recommend using warm white. Why? The kitchen is a place where we need to pay attention. It's a place where you're always handling things, handling tools, knives, hot food, so you need a well-lit environment. You need to be attentive at all times. So I would never recommend using warm white lighting in the kitchen, always cool white. Yeah, cool white is very bluish, it's almost blue. Okay, neutral white is fine, alright? But never warm white. Large thresholds, guys. I also would never ever recommend using them. Large thresholds there in your house, regardless of the room. Want to use a threshold? There's no way around it, Ed. I'm going to have a threshold here in my house. We know there are situations where a threshold is necessary. Use the small strip about 3 or 4 centimeters wide, 5 at most. Just the thickness of the door, okay? Don't use a threshold as wide as your door frame, for example, alright? Use a small strip. I don't recommend in my projects, in my construction work, in my renovations, that our clients use thresholds, okay? Why? Aesthetically, it's really ugly, okay? I'll be honest with you. Aesthetically, it's ugly. It gives you a really weird division between one floor and another, okay? The little strip is less noticeable. When the door is closed, it hides it, it doesn't show, so it's much better. So that's another item here that I wouldn't recommend to you. Using large thresholds in your house. Large baseboards when your ceiling height is low. It's another situation here, it's another item that I don't recommend you use in your house when you have a low ceiling height. You should also pay attention to this. It's like I live in an apartment, it's 2.60 meters high, I'm going to lower the ceiling with drywall, it will end up being 2.45 meters. Baseboard at most 10 centimeters. Okay? If you put a baseboard bigger than that, it's going to take up too much space on your wall. A 20 centimeter baseboard, for example. It will stand out much more than it should. It will take up a lot of the visual space in your decor and it won't look good. Alright? So if you have a low ceiling in your apartment, try to use a low baseboard as well. No more than about 10 centimeters, maybe 8 or 7. It looks nice, beautiful, and adds an interesting detail. So here's another thing I wouldn't recommend to my clients. Using a large baseboard when you have a low ceiling. Several colors in just one room. Guys, there are situations where it's okay to use several colors in a room. But we are talking about your house, your living room, your bedroom. Don't go putting several 2-3 different colors on the walls, especially on the walls. 2 at most, okay? Wall painting, let's go. White is universal, it's for the ceiling, okay? That doesn't count, alright? Now let's move on to the wall, okay? Like I have a wall here in my TV room. Okay, you can take the wall where your TV is and use a darker color. But for the others, try to use a lighter tone, alright? Don't go putting, let's imagine here, an ink gray on your TV wall, which is a very dark gray. On the window wall that's next to your TV wall, elephant gray. On the wall behind your sofa, chromium gray. Then you'll start creating a mishmash of colors in your space and it won't look good. So always try to use colors that automatically go well together. And at most 2 colors per room on the walls, okay? Don't count the ceiling in this. The ceiling should always stay white. So work with a maximum of 2 colors. 2 is a good number for painting the walls in your space. Lighting above the TV. I am an advocate for not using spotlights, fixtures or any kind of lighting above your TV. If you've been following me here for a long time, you know I always talk about this topic, this situation. Think about it with me. When you're going to watch your TV, do you need lighting above your TV? No. It's not a projector where you need to cast that light onto the screen. So there is no need for you to put spotlights or a recessed cove above your TV. Put it on the side. Do you want lighting on the wall panel behind your TV? Okay, the panel is nice, it's cool, your TV is on it, that's cool, that's nice. Put it on the side, but don't put it right above your TV, okay? Guys, it's an obvious explanation, it's just natural. You don't need to, you don't have to put lighting above your TV, okay? Those of you who have been following me here for a long time know that I stand by this approach. I don't like to use it in my projects and I always advise my clients. Look, let's not put lighting above your TV. An outlet next to the sink in your kitchen, never do that either, okay guys? The outlet needs to be far from the sink area. It's also a matter of safety because of water and everything else. It's an obvious explanation too. There will be an outlet on the wall there in your kitchen, on the countertop by your sink. Okay, but place it a little away from the sink, a little to the right and a little to the left. But don't put it behind your sink, behind the faucet, right next to the faucet. Don't put it there, okay? Always keep it away from your sink for safety reasons. Safety. You're there using the blender, the outlet is really close to the sink, then you're blending something using a mixer and so on, you're washing the dishes, water spills there and so on. So this is another safety related thing I don't recommend doing during your home's renovation or construction. Tiles to finish it off. To wrap things up on your kitchen wall or on the wall behind your sink, your kitchen basin, guys, don't use mosaic tiles. That's my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are going to comment here, just like they did in my other videos when I talked about this topic. But guys, think about it with me. There are so many beautiful porcelain tile designs nowadays that you can use on your sink wall, on your basin wall, and it looks really cool, it looks really nice, guys. There's no need for you to use mosaic tiles. Mosaic tiles have a lot of grout, they get dirty easily. It's a very repetitive type of decoration, so go for porcelain tile. Porcelain tile is beautiful, it's nice, it's durable, okay? If you don't want to use porcelain tile, you can use ceramic, but don't use mosaic tiles. It's a decoration that's already outdated, to use the right word for it, alright guys? So look, 10 items, 10 things that I don't use in my projects and I wouldn't recommend you use them in yours either, okay? I hope this content helps you. So you don't make mistakes, don't mess up in your renovation or construction. After going over these 10 items with me here that I wouldn't recommend you use in your project, okay? I hope you enjoyed and liked it. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, okay? Like this video, leave a like too, and don't forget that I'll see you in our next video. Take care.